Spoilers and Fandom is like a book club for geeky stuff. Join us as we delve into the depths of our backlogs and sift through the games, comics, shows, movies, and books that we haven't checked out yet. Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of our little video game club thing. Well, geek club thing, where we will look at a video game, a comic book, a movie, or a normal book, or something, and we will talk about it, and you will also share your thoughts on it in the comments. And we'll go through this together. This is a good way of going through our backlog of fuck tons of stuff that we need to go through. Yeah. I know my backlogs are stupid. Like, they're really stupid. So, yeah, we figured, going through this stuff together is just an easier way to go through stuff. And it will kind of give you, maybe give you a motivating factor, knowing that everyone else is going through this obscure thing that you also have a chance to go through. Yeah. So why not go through it together? Yeah. And so today we're going to we're going to talk about this game called Tacoma, which both of us have played. If you want to join us, I suggest that maybe you stop listening to this podcast and go play the game. It's pretty short. It's like 2 hours. Yeah. Or just go watch a review for this game or a bit of a let's play or something and then come back. Or what we'll do is we'll talk about this game without spoiling it. So you can listen up to there, decide whether you want to actually go check it out, and then listen to the rest of the show, which will be spoiler heavy. Okay? And at the end of the show, we'll tell you what we're doing next, so that we can, all of us can kind of do it together. Don't take that out of context. We could both experience that media together. So yeah, that is not a good start. Anyway, so Tacoma, we both played it on PC. Yeah. It's published by and developed by Fulbright, who are the same guys who did Gone Home. And yeah, that's about it. This was like the newer one that they did. It's kind of similar. It's considered to be a walking sim as well.
And it's pretty simple. It's straightforward.
Yeah. Did you play Gone Home?
No.
Okay, I did. Uh-huh. I did not like it at all.
What's Gone Home about?
Gone Home. So I mean, we're briefly. It's a walking sim and it's set in a house. Mm-hmm. And you pick up documents and little pieces of stuff that's lying around, mm-hmm. and the person you're playing then fills in the gaps. They say something. Oh, I remember when this and that happened. Blah blah blah. And so you're supposed to navigate the house, find stuff, and then it kind of just fills
the story
in.
Unfolds.
Yeah, the story unfolds like that.
Oh, cool.
I just found it really boring and convoluted.
Oh, okay.
So playing this game, I was as soon as I realized it was Fulbright, I'm like, wait, oh shit. But I was actually. Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did.
Do you want to give a score? Do you just want to give an objective?
Just. Did you like it?
I enjoyed it. I had fun playing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So what this game is it is a walking simulator, right?
Yeah.
And
floating.
Yeah. A floating simulator. Yeah. And it is like 2099 Space Felony. It is a little bit like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just it's 2001.
Yeah.
A space.
Yeah, 2099.
Yeah.
Okay. 2001, yeah.
Now, Space Felony, at least Space Felony came out as comedy initially. Yeah. But then now as you go on, you realize, okay, there's something very wrong here.
Yes. This one's a bit more serious.
Yeah, this one is a bit more serious. But I don't know why at some point I kind of expected... I don't know. I felt like some ominousness. Maybe it's just a setting in space. I don't know.
Yeah, because AIs, you normally do think that. And again, it was so similar to Space Felony, you would think that the AI just killed everyone.
Yeah.
And that would be it. But this game tasks you. You're playing someone who has been sent to the space station to recover some data for this company.
The company that put the station up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And recover all the data. That's your job. Now the station has sort of recorded certain things in AR, like sort of like CCTV footage, but like with
holograms
AR.
And,
Yeah. So when you're putting your device in, you can like explore the ship, and you'll come across these AR fragments that you can recover yourself and watch what happened on the ship. So it's like the crew who were there before you arrived, they're represented by different colors and like humanoid figures. So you basically watch them, and you get to fast forward and rewind
to catch
that
specific
footage.
things.
Yeah. Like for example, 6 of them are talking together. 2 will go off in one direction, you can follow them. 2 will go in another direction, you can follow them. Rewind, follow the next group, blah blah blah.
So you'll rewind until the branch, and then you follow like a different conversational path.
Yeah, and you literally follow.
Yeah, you have to either walk along or float along.
Yeah, and so that's basically the gist of the game.
Yeah.
As such, and there's no real failure state as such.
Yeah, there's no failure state. There's no enemies to speak of. So there's
no death. Yeah, there's no death.
Yeah. It's literally just you uncovering what the story is.
Yeah, and there's no lack of progress even if you don't, to a certain degree.
We'll talk about that in the spoiler section. There's there's bits that maybe guys might not want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what the game is. The graphics.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up. It's not like photorealistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets the job done. It's a lot of polygons, heavy polygons. What's the word? What game is similar to this?
It's better looking than Gone Home. It's got a better lighting engine. The textures aren't as crap.
Yeah.
But they're not the best textures in the world still. Like I'm
trying to think of which game is like it. Like what game is similar, has a similar sort of graphic engine?
I think Gone Home, honestly. Like the objects look like cardboard. Like a bit like the Source engine, but they kind of look cardboardy.
Or like Superhot. Kind of. A little like Superhot. Yeah.
Never thought of it like that.
Imagine that with a few more glitches.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're pretty graphics.
It looks good. Space looks beautiful.
Yeah, space looks good. Some of the objects look a little bleh.
Yeah. But I think that was a stylistic choice rather than an engine limitation. Like you see even like the way the stuff looked like around the station.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And the holograms looked good. I thought the holograms, like there's no real facial expression and stuff, but they were pretty expressive, even though they're just like bodies. Weird representations of the crew. Like I thought that was done pretty well.
Yeah, and you can get the first time you play it, the first time you see your first hologram thing, you won't be able to tell people apart. By the time you're hitting your 4th or 5th one, you'll know, you'll have like a feel of these characters.
Oh, I thought it was easy.
Okay, for me it was weird because there are 2 guys who I couldn't like differentiate between.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
What are they called? I've forgotten.
Clive and Andrew?
Not the really tall guy. That guy stood out. There was the guy who was...
Berta and Natalie? No. Evie and Berta?
I can't remember their names. I've forgotten their names.
The colors. Do you remember the colors?
I've even forgotten the colors. I played this thing like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I played it in one... You can finish it in one sitting, let me say that.
Yeah, you did.
So I sat down, cleared it in one sitting, and I was like, fun game. And moved on.
Oh yeah, that's the other weird thing about this game. There are no like save slots. Basically, every time you start playing the game, when you exit the game, it will save your progress.
Yeah, so it's just continue
and you continue from where you left off. You can't like start multiple playthroughs to see if anything happens.
But the good thing is once you're done, even if the stuff that you didn't get the first time around, the game is free. The game gives you the freedom to go back and find it.
Yeah. Did you do that?
Not yet.
Okay.
I need to find... There's something to do with... There's a cat on the station. That there's an achievement that you have to get involving the cat. So I don't know.
Yeah, there was a cat on the station.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to the cat.
I did not even see the cat, yeah.
Yeah, because after the first one...
I found all the cat's stuff. I didn't find
I found
the
toy. I found the play toy for the cat.
I found the food. I found the cat food. I found the cat's bowl.
I didn't find those. I just found the play toy.
They're impersonal. Yeah.
I just found the play toy and I was like, fine, move on.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't know. So, I mean, how did it run for you?
For me, it was pretty smooth. It was quite smooth.
Yeah?
Yeah. But then again, our PCs are overkill for what that game is.
So I played it on both. So I played on my desktop, which is my big PC. And I played a bit on my laptop, which is, I'd say mid-end to low-end. If our PCs are high-end.
Yeah.
And on the mid-spec machine, it did have trouble running. God, what are my specs? I can't remember my specs for my laptop. But yeah, it did have trouble running. Like I had some stutters. Loading took forever. Like it literally took so long to load the initial loading into the game. Whereas on my main PC, it didn't take long, which I guess is the SSD that I have in that. Yeah.
But then also, I think what the game does, the way the station is designed, like most sci-fi stations, there's a central hub.
Yeah.
Within that central hub, there's zero gravity, so that's why you float around.
Yeah.
Every other major,
area has some gravity. Yeah.
Is based off of an arm that you have to travel down and up.
Yeah.
That now the other end, when you get to the new area, it has gravity because it's centrifugal force, because it's rotating around that central hub.
Yeah.
So the other areas will have gravity, and I think that they used those shafts that will connect you to the area from the central hub as loading points as well. So I don't know, did you get any stutter there within that?
Yeah, on my mid-spec, yes. And also just when you load in, even on my main PC, every now and then, I just needed to wait a few seconds after the game has started for it to, I guess, cache everything. Yeah. So it's not, I wouldn't call it the best optimized game.
Yeah.
But that said, it's not really an intense game that you will lose.
Yeah.
So
you can wait a couple of seconds.
Yeah. So that's how it ran. And the story, what do you think of the story?
I like the story. I wish there was more. I wish there was more than 2 hours in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did as well.
Yeah. I wish if they had more, because you kept on seeing ads in the game.
Yeah.
For these apartments that these guys are building right off.
Yeah.
And another off in space.
Yeah.
And one of these guys, if you read it, was interested in one of those places.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe you'd get from there to somewhere else or to a different station, or as you progress, you get the feeling that it's leading somewhere.
Yeah.
And you do to some extent, but it's not. The game is conclusive. Let me say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The game is conclusive.
Yeah.
But you wish that they could have taken it a bit further.
Yeah, I got confused towards the end. Well, which I'll talk about later. But I did get confused towards the end.
Okay. I'll ask you why.
Yeah. But that's a huge spoiler, so later. But yeah, I like the AR stuff.
Yeah, the AR stuff was really
In Gone Home, there was none of that. It was just document-based. This one had both. There's AR and there's documents, but the documents give you more of the background of the individual who the documents belong to.
Yeah. And the AR give you a feeling of them in persona.
Yeah. It gives you a little too much information sometimes about them. But it also will sometimes give you a password to an area
that you haven't reached yet.
Yeah. If you've played Gone Home, similar to the locker situation in Gone Home, they've just implemented that, but throughout the stuff. So, for example, when you're watching an AR recording and a character goes through a door that's locked, you need the passcode to get in there to see what that character will do in there.
Yeah.
Which happened quite a lot, actually. But anyway, I just don't like reading through stuff. I wish that wasn't a thing, but it wasn't as convoluted as Gone Home. I really didn't enjoy Gone Home.
I think I'll play that at some point, just to get the feel of the difference between these two.
No, this improved a lot on that. What else? Yeah, so that's like the gameplay. Just go around and do that. And there's no real choices.
Yeah, because you're kind of limited in the story guides you where you need to go.
Yeah. Like you get an email, so you have access to your own AR virtual reality, augmented reality kind of desktop where you'll get emails where the company will tell you go here or go there to collect the data, and that's it. And once the data is collecting, it's going really slowly, so you could technically just wait and not go anywhere and just literally wait for the 0.1% complete, 0.2% to finish. Yeah. But if you do go and capture those ARs yourself, it goes a lot faster. Yeah.
And you get a better feel of the story. Anyway. Yeah. But the problem with sitting and waiting for the 0.1% to go up is that whole process, it's possible for you to finish the game that way. Yeah. So you plug it into the wall and you wait. Yeah. It'll take 3 hours per session. Yeah. Yeah. Real time. Yeah. For that to happen. So I don't know whether guys have how many sections are they? 1, 2, 3, 4,
It 5. Was personal. Well,
about 5 sections.
1, 2, 3. No, there are 3. There are three main sections.
So 3 times 3 plus an hour.
Yeah.
About 10 hours. If you have 10 hours to waste, yeah, by all means go.
Yeah, yeah. And you literally don't need to do anything.
And you won't play a story, you won't do
You won't do anything, you just stare at the thing.
Yeah, you just stare at what's it called? The progress bar.
Yeah, on the book recording device thingy. Yeah. Yeah. Although, that said, you know the main part of the recovering the AI module, you'd need to go and do that anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. But other than that, you're fine.
Yeah, so that's basically it. And, the game is priced at $20. Would you say it was worth that much?
Full price? No. Get it on a deal. Get it on a sale somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's way too short.
It is. It is. Yeah. It really is.
Maybe I'm cheap. $5 max.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I was thinking $5 is ideal.
$5 is my hard limit for that. Yeah, but it was fun.
It was good. Yeah, it's just 20 is a bit.
The only reason I think we played it is because we got it in the Humble Bundle.
Exactly.
So other than that, I don't think. But I had it on my Steam wish list. So I did want to play it. It's just that I wasn't going to play it at full price.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely short.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, it honestly, it really does. Like, these things are cool, but they don't feel like games as such. They feel more like
visual novels.
Yeah, but a little cooler than visual novels. Yeah. No offense to visual novel lovers. But yeah, because again, watching stuff, like you're watching footage in a 3D space, I thought that was a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope more walking sims do stuff like that, actually.
Yeah.
Because those are way more interesting. Dearest, it was horrible. But yeah, and I guess we go into spoilers now.
Yeah.
Yeah? So again,
if you've not played the game, you'd rather skip this.
Yeah.
Unless you don't care.
If you're never going to play it, then sure, go ahead and listen. But yeah, spoiler warning. Okay. Yeah. So what was your favorite part?
My favorite bit was actually when you get into the station the first time. Is that feeling of what the fuck is going on? Because the main station AI is called Odin.
Yeah.
I did not expect him to be voiced by an African with a deep voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
is he?
Yeah, he is somehow. It's a black person's voice, and I'm like, wait, that's the first black AI I've ever heard. So I was like, okay, cool, that's interesting. Then
he reminded me of a star. He sounded a bit like Worf.
Yes, he sounds like Worf.
Yeah.
Like a black British guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I liked.
Or like the guy who read Square Enix's E3 stuff.
I didn't watch.
Okay, never mind.
But yeah, when your first entry into the station and your first introduction to Odin.
Yeah.
Is cool.
Yeah.
Because immediately after that, you get an email saying, "Do not interact with Odin."
Yeah.
At all costs.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait.
That was weird.
Yeah. So I was like, what's going on? Should I trust the email? Should I trust the AI? Because he's being super friendly. He's being super helpful.
Yeah, and here's the thing. The guy sending those emails is an AI.
Yeah.
That's
the spooky thing. Because you saw there's that table that you see that has like the lists of all the AIs.
Yeah.
And it's the AI just beneath Odin that's telling you don't do it. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was waiting. Now that's not what we're talking about in the story.
Yeah, you expect him to be the bad guy, honestly.
Yeah, you expected really more from that story.
Yeah.
In the sense that this is a battle of two AIs.
Yeah.
And the way the story is set up, like for the first 2/3 of the game, you'll expect it to play out like 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah. That it's the AI that killed guys. Yeah. Because of some conflict. Because they even show you that there was a conflict in the AI's programming. Yeah. Then one character brings it up, and you're like, it's set up to that.
And also like there's corrupt stuff in like all the emails and documents that you see. Because you're looking at it from the ship systems, some of it's corrupted.
So the only data that they're able to recover, you'll only get like snippets of a conversation.
Even like the AR, there's like chips on some of them falling off. Like, it's not clear imaging, and So,
but it feels like it was set up to be like that whole antagonistic AI. Yeah. And that killed off the crew, and you're next. Yeah. And there was a feel of that, and then it got to the end, kind of now when you're getting the AI module for Odin. Yeah. And everything just happened pretty easily. Like you plug it in, you see, okay, Odin.
And you find out that he was the MVP. Like he was the good guy.
Yeah. Because you're like, how? Okay, fine. Like it was a hard left from what I expected. Yeah. But then I was kind of happy with it.
Like a Vision or a mix of like Vision and Heimdall. He pulled one of those stunts.
Yeah, because he saved those.
I am honor bound to blah blah blah. I'm looking over there now.
But yeah, he kind of helped because putting those guys in cryo. Yeah, really did save their lives, and they did. Okay,
it bought them time. It was only 3 of them that went into cryo.
Yeah. So it bought them the time that they needed. Because you remember the chick, the short one. The engineer. Yeah. The tech one, sorry. Who couldn't go into...
Yeah, she didn't even have access. Yeah. So,
no, she couldn't get into systems. And the medical report was saying that if she did go into cryo, she wouldn't be able to come out.
Yeah. And, it's really... So I liked...
I like the fact that they led me down one path. Yeah. And showed me something else. That it wasn't going to be like every troop that I'd ever seen. Okay,
this was more like a personality based experience than like a action movie. Yeah. Because it was like you had the 2 engineers who are not happy that they're in love with each other and blah blah blah. You have the doctor who doesn't want to tell one of the engineers that if she goes into cryo she'll die for sure.
There's the botanist who didn't want to be there at all costs. Yeah. He didn't want to go into cryo.
Yeah. He didn't want to go into cryo. And you have the captain and her lover, boyfriend, whatever, the tall, cool sounding dude who sounded like Vision as well. Yeah. And they just went to cryo and
they were ready.
They're like, we believe in our team. We have to. Like, we don't have a choice here. Yeah. And I thought that whole play of personalities was pretty cool.
With the AI as well. Yeah. With Odin.
I think my favorite part was, I guess seeing the AR stuff for the first time. I was like, whoa. Like, that's so cool. Like, basically, when you walk into an area that has an AR recording, you get an alert, and you press spacebar, and she does this Power Ranger move, and then the thing just starts playing.
Oh yeah, that's actually really dope because I remember it's like sign language. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's because the ship is always looking at you. Go. Yeah. Since the ship is always tracking like your movements, you do like hand signals that look like like whatever. What's it called? Like for
sign language.
Yeah, like sign language. Yeah. And it activates this whole AR system that you can now rewind and forward and do stuff with. That was really cool.
Yeah. I think that was probably my favorite part.
And when you get to Odin's core, did you look at him clearly?
Did I look at Odin's core clearly?
Yeah, when you're getting like the AI module from there.
No, what do you mean?
If you look at it, it's a living brain. It's living tissue.
I did not see that. No.
It's living tissue it's like it's connected to a system, because that's where they're saying the AI wetware.
Yeah.
So you plug that in, like you get it looks like a server blade.
Yeah.
Which is essentially that you pull in and pull out.
Yeah.
So that's what you're going to carry out.
Yeah.
But now that whole place where you pick it up from, if you look up in the ceiling, it's like a brain.
Shit, I didn't look there.
Yeah, that was really cool. Okay, for me that was interesting.
I didn't see that.
And then the floor lights up. Okay.
That was kind of cool. Yeah, but that was also ominous as hell. Yeah, because of the games we've played. That's
you know, it's a black room with lighting up floors with weird ass music.
Shit's about to go down. Yeah. And shit did go down in that room as well.
Well, yeah.
And I don't know. So, should we talk about the bad?
Yeah, why not?
Because we're
it's
on
imperative.
That.
Yeah.
Like when now I thought the corporations are evil bullshit was a little.
It was a little on the news.
Boring. Yeah. That kind of felt a little boring. I did not like that, and I also didn't like not having a choice. So, like when you collect the AI and you're supposed to go back to your ship. Yeah. In my head, you get that AR screening off. Now, these guys figured out that, the corporation was after them and they signaled for help. They overrode the systems. They signaled for help and they get off. I was like, fuck, I need to look for something that tells me where these guys went so I could put the AR pod on like a course for wherever they went. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to send Odin to where those guys were. And that was not there. So, I just had to go back.
Yeah, you go back.
This is why I have 4 hours in the game, by the way. I do have 2.
Because you were looking for...
I was looking for, what the fuck? Come on. So what I did was... the way it ended was weird. You go back onto the ship, and voila, presto... It turns out that you are actually part of
a resistance.
An AI rights group that go out of their way, sort of to make sure AI is not mistreated and blah blah blah. And basically, you get hints of that being in existence throughout, because there are lots of documents and messages talking about that group. Nat gives the contact to Sarah, and Sarah's the one who contacts them, blah, 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 blah. So, you do get hints that they're out there, but you never think that you are a part of them. It doesn't tell you that at any point.
Because throughout the game, you believe that you're getting your emails.
Yeah, you're getting emails from Venturus, which is the corporation, and, it was... I thought that was, a bit of a misstep. They could have gone in 2 directions. Yeah. Let's give this guy to the guys who have hired you and let that end, or let's send the AI to they could have had a cool story like that.
That's even for me, that's more or less the bad that I had.
Literally
the story needed it could have been more than what it was, and they could have added a bit more to that. I feel 2 hours is way too short for $20. 2 hours is way too short.
And that's
Give me at least 6.
And also.
Oh, but maybe I'm just being the gamer.
No. Gamer. Honestly, I always do that. I go, an hour per dollar is the way I look at stuff. And just if it's a super polished story, there's a bit of leeway. It's according to you. The amount of enjoyment you get may be worth tremendous amounts, but really this was just a story for me. I think if I had paid $20, I would be pretty upset. Yeah.
Well, maybe unless you really enjoyed Gone Home and you're like, this is the second thing.
Yeah.
It's like me and my Devolver issues. Any new game that they announce, I'm ready for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What else? What could they have improved on with this game?
Other than story,
like making it longer, giving choices.
And choices.
Yeah.
Graphics. Okay, no, the graphics are good. I'm okay with
the voice acting was really well done as well.
The voice acting was really good.
Also, I don't know, there was a bit of a wasted opportunity. Like, you know, in some of the rooms that you go to, like the personal rooms of every crew member, you get an AR recording
of them just chilling.
Yeah. But there's nothing that really happens. Like, one guy's just playing video games.
Yeah, and somebody else is just playing guitar.
Someone's playing guitar and sings pretty well. Yeah. But, like, nothing... I guess it gives us a look at their personality as well. Yeah. As the documents. Like, because those wouldn't be in the documents, right? Yeah. But still... I don't know. Like, they could have done more.
I wish...
And again, we didn't get one of Clive as well.
I wish there was a greater conflict.
Yeah.
I wish it was bigger than what it was.
They already hinted that Nat was not getting along with the rest of the crew. You know, they could have done so much. Like, she wanted to get off the ship with Berta. Like, that was the whole thing with her. And, you know, she was sick of being there and blah, blah, blah. Like, they could have done more. And then Sarah had this anxiety attacks and that kind of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. So, like, they could have really gone in and showed more of that kind of stuff.
To be, you know, for me, I don't know. I was expecting that, like, I was expecting the AI was killing them off.
Yeah,
one by one.
Or it was Andrew.
Yeah. So I was like, wait, why are all these guys still existing, like, towards the end?
Yeah. Oh, you know the bit where you open, when you're in biomedical, and you go to the doctor's office where she's doing the
skeleton,
the test. I thought one of them died.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I also thought,
who's this? Who died?
Yeah. I'm like, wait, we don't have logs for any extra crew member. We have no details. Who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But then now you find
and then again, when Odin is like, there's a place, and I'm not allowed to let you in there, but there is a place that you could access yourself, although I can't let you go there.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, you see someone sitting there with, like, a can, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, someone has been living there on the ship.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's so much more potential for better, for like a cooler story, I guess.
Did you do that thing for the skeleton where you completed it?
What?
You know...
Oh, you find a skull and you put the head on. No, I didn't.
Okay, fine.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened?
I hoped that there would be something.
Nothing?
There was nothing.
Yeah. There was nothing.
Even the cat.
At one point,
At some point, I expected that the cat was like a disease vector or something and it was killing them off. I had so many other stories in my brain as I was playing through.
Yeah, but really it was
just this...
It was straightforward.
It was a straightforward story. It was a simple, straightforward story, which is good. But...
And it is kind of realistic, I guess.
Yeah. But it could have been more.
Yeah.
Could have been more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like the way some of the stuff is imagined, like how windows work.
With the slats and everything.
Yeah.
You have to activate them.
That was kind of cool.
I liked the desktops.
Yeah, the desktops were pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, even though they were super basic.
Yeah.
There was that.
And,
There was what else?
And AR being a thing. That was cool.
Yeah.
There was one AR bit that you can miss.
Which one?
That isn't necessary. It's just one of the captain and the physician just floating around, just chilling in space before all the
shit
went
end,
down. Yeah.
Where you're looking at the moon.
Yeah.
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 I also went there. That was actually the first place I went to.
Yeah. No, I didn't. First place I went was personal. Although in the footage that you're seeing, the first place I went was there.
But you see now, this is where 2001 and this kind of intersected for me. Because you remember in this one, in Tacoma, in that room, in the viewing gallery where they're floating around.
Yeah.
And they're looking at the moon.
Yeah.
Reminded me a hell of a lot
of the
call.
Where you're interrogating.
Yeah, we have to interrogate the AI. So I was like,
but 2001.
At some point I didn't want to enter in that.
Yeah, me too. But the thing with 2001 though did have more gameplay because it was like a puzzle. You had to figure out like what happened and try and trick the AI into telling you what happened.
Yeah.
So like that was more engaging.
Yeah. I would go back. I would replay 2001 than this.
Yeah. Although not being able to save in 2001.
Neither can you save in this. So.
No, this would save and quit.
Oh yeah, 2001.
There was no saving.
Yeah, it's restarted.
0 saving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could speedrun it. It was basic as hell.
Yeah.
And you did more.
Yeah, that's like I had to restart it like 3-4 times. Like I only get to play in like tiny chunks. I never get to sit down for like a few hours. So these kinds of games where you have to restart
they take up a lot of time.
Yeah.
And the ugly. What?
Yeah, the ugly is like what we would change. Like, I would make it longer, have choices, have more story. Yeah, have more story. Yeah.
I'd want, again, just reiterating the bad. Actually, we're talking about them concurrently, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd want more of a payoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show us what happened to the crew. I'd love to know.
Yeah, what happened to the crew?
Like what happened? Yeah.
Let me know.
They got away and they're keeping away from the company. But at the same time, the company now would know that.
Yeah.
And again, like they're
would
keeping
they
away
chase?
From, like what? Yeah, what happened?
And now that they know you, now that the company, like what I was expecting was, as you're leaving, you see now the actual company exec coming to pick the AI. So now it becomes a whole different
imagine
story.
a dogfight, man.
Yeah.
Like have a dogfight.
So I was like, we're writing other stories that go with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Hopefully.
Hopefully,
let's wait for the next one. Maybe they'll either expand on this, depending on how
you could say it's a very ordinary kind of story that is super possible. Like it's a very ordinary thing that could have happened. A very fucked up thing, but very typical space, kind of story with nothing.
Would you be satisfied with it if it was a movie?
Would I be sad? No. Because then the movie would, like not a lot happened. You could argue that not a lot happens, actually. Because it's literally just a few, like there's a handful of ARs that you watch. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's basically, the story is, these guys were on board and there's 6 of them. And something goes wrong. And then they're trying to figure out a way off. And then they realize that, oh, shit, the way that they don't really need to figure out a way off. Or rather, they can figure out a way off. That isn't the way they thought they could, and they do it. Yeah, that's the whole movie. Nah, I think that as a game it worked better. Because it's too basic. It's too basic. There was a love story. There was a few love stories, but not really. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. Like love stories were kind of meh. Like. Everyone had a love story.
Except
like Clive and Evie were together. They made out. Yeah. Andrew was like he has
a fucked up relationship
with his with back on Earth or whatever. And the engineer the two techies were together, and Sarah and Odin had something going on. Like the AI and the physician were bit flirty, I think. They were. There was a whole thing of her getting preferential treatment and blah blah blah.
From Odin.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
There was when they're on the dome and they're talking about what they have to do. Yeah. She's like, okay, I better go write my reports. Oh, I don't really have to. Odin told me I don't really have to. He told me I do. You're getting preferred. Blah blah blah. Like those two were always close. Like that's why he even tells her. Oh, you should totally go here.
But I can't.
I'm not allowed to let you in there, but you could totally go there. And I'm not permitted to tell you to go there, but you should go there. Like, that was so silly. And that was so cool. That was really badass. And especially the logs that he had with the company AI. Yeah. And that recording was fucked up.
Yes.
Wow. From the CEO of the company giving the commercial. So like more of that drama would have made it better, I think. Yeah. Yeah, and that's it. Really good voice acting.
Yeah, the voice acting is fantastic.
Yeah, and good animation.
Yeah.
What else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, again, our recommendation: get it on sale.
Yeah, get on sale.
I think that's both of us. Yeah,
and you can do it probably in one sitting.
Yeah. It's a short one. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah. Let us know what you thought about this game in the comments section. If you're watching this on Facebook, the comment section there. If you're watching this on YouTube, the comment section there. Wherever you see this. And we'll actually read it out in the next episode at the start. Okay? Yeah. If they're good. Yeah. And next episode, we're going to be talking about a comic book. And we're...
Same thing.
A volume of what is it? A trade.
Yeah.
Trade paperback.
Yeah.
So Hillary chose Tacoma. I'm going to choose the comic book. It will be one by Image Comics called Revival, Volume 1. Revival, Volume 1. It's something to do with zombies. I have no idea what. I think it's not traditional. I'm not sure.
Sounds interesting.
So yeah, join us for that. So see you in 2 weeks. From whenever you hear this.
From 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, 2 weeks
from now. You could hear this next year. We don't know.
Yeah. This could actually be in the future. Yes. Whenever this goes up 2 weeks from now. And we'll talk about Revival.
Okay.
Yeah. Till then, I am Hell's Knight.
I'm Hillary.
Yeah. Happy doing everything. Yeah. Just have fun. Whatever you're doing, have fun.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Do you have an opinion on what we just discussed? Did we miss something? Tell us in the comments section and we'll read it in the next episode. If you're listening on Anchor, send us a voice message and we'll add it to this episode. Don't forget to follow our podcast on Twitter @SpoilFans for updates, and follow our Instagram for behind-the-scenes action @Spoilers and Fandom. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube and Anchor to get the latest episodes.